Can you draw hands without learning the anatomy was a question no one but I asked me. As you might know, I have been working on my perspective for the past year, and I believe that perspective was a transferable skill. So even though I have been drawing figures with weird, wobbly hands all this time, once I got it down, I would still be able to draw hands and even more different objects if I focused on it. I'd say I have been practicing art properly for a year now. I don't really do personal work either, so I have drawn at most 30 hands this whole year. And now is the day I prove my preconceived notions. The task is to draw hands from imagination. So this is even harder than my usual practice, which is rotating references. I can't exactly hide my hands as I draw. I decided the restrictions to be that I cannot take a photo of my hands, I cannot use a mirror, and I cannot look at my hand attentively and draw what I see as is. As I started drawing, I realized that all these restrictions were for nothing, because I did not feel the need to look at my hand at all. What I needed to do was to move it, not to draw, but to find different poses a hand could be in. Believe it or not, it was the biggest struggle of this task. Another reason I believed you would not need to learn anatomy to draw hands is that hands are mostly a bony structure. If it was a muscular structure and you are drawing a muscular person, if you don't know the anatomy, it's obviously going to look incorrect. A few takeaways I had about the anatomy was that 1, you need to be very careful about the thumb bending only twice, compared to the theory the rest do. Also that there's something about the knuckles that create a false joint look in the palm area as you make a fist. As long as you take notice of these, I think you will be fine. Most of what makes hands hard to draw even when you know perspective is the fact that it has 5 separate objects in close proximity that are very expressive. They move together or at least affect each other. You need to make sure that they don't accidentally clash into each other or vanish into space. You really need to make sure that they are all properly existing in space and interacting with each other. This same problem exists with other parts of the body, but it's just the sheer number that is making the problem even bigger. The way to combat this problem is by drawing through your forms. Draw the invisible fingers and just erase them later. It might be just me, but I like to even draw through the same object, so like the other plane of the object. That helps me a lot. There's also gesture and design, but I don't really know anything about those. I just focused on making them feel realistic. And that was about it. I say these would register as a proper hand to majority of the public. Do let me know your opinions. So, do you need to learn hand anatomy to draw hands? I think you could get away with not learning. But it's also a really small object, so you can just learn it anyway. One thing I could have done better about this would be to draw them from different angles, like how I've been doing this whole year. But I was too lazy, so I didn't do that.